I've got a fucking knee injury, bro. I've got a fucking knee injury, son. I can't trade. Yeah, no. My knee injury is just like, shut up, bitch. Right, let's get straight into the market today, yeah? Right, we're not trading no MES. We're either trading ES or fucking maybe MNQ. But, you know. Right, let's start. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Right, let me get in a bit closer. Instantly. Oh, BUs. Instantly, I'm thinking, probably not going to trade today. Not looking the best. Let's just not have any assumptions, though. Oh shit, I should have done it on your side as well. And then about to start calling me Hill. About to start calling me Hill. SMT. That feels way too blinding. Does that look right still? Ah, bro, why am I not focused? Come on. I'll move it back. Oh, my fault. Focus in, please. I am weird. But isn't my greatest strength? Technically. Isn't your greatest strength being unique? There ain't no one like me, bro. Like... Nah, I am weird though. Right, I might have to just log in quickly. Bye bye. Was that CPI? CPI. Yeah. Did people do that stupid shit with that? Hey, maybe I ain't stupid, bro. Maybe I'm the stupid one for not doing it. Right, I'm just gonna pause because I'm just being boring and waffling. No trading knowledge has been spat yet. So taking a look at it, is a lot of shit I've marked out. We've got high resistance lows because this is CPI. Then this is just some other, high resistance low. This CPI swept all them lows. And then obviously this market open has just swept all these highs. So the only, low resistance liquidity would be to the downside, but this is high resistance year and is even, is major high resistance year. The only, we got all these lows down here, like, don't get me wrong, and it's just like constantly uptrending. Bare lows. This one has swept all these lows up until this point, which is a lot of lows, but it didn't. But this one didn't even sweep that one. So that's a pile of like built up ones per there, but on you it swept this, so it's a bit like, it's a bit difficult. To the left, these are fair value gaps I've marked out from, over here. And then it's just about, so we've had an inverse fair value gap there. So if I was going to take a trade, the trade would be like, aiming for the low resistance. So I say I entered right now, but I would want my stop loss at the high resistance and then that at the low resistance, which is a long way, but the thing is that is high resistance, so it's a bit of a nightmare. 0.75 RR, it's not an ideal trade. The only other place I could put it is just above this high, considering retraced into a 3-minute fair value gap. That would be the only thing, but other than that, it's just chopping. You know, we'd want to see some bearish confirmation for short, but you know, it's very, that's a CPI has created a nightmare low to try and sweep, so fuck, it would be difficult realistically. So basically, as it stands, there is no trade going to be taken today because there's not a good setup, you know. And the only one I could see potential for would maybe be a short. Maybe it chops a bit, makes a bunch of higher lows, and then boom, sweeps them, and then that's because people are entering short too early. So we could be in the market for an hour plus. Generally depends, because all these low resistance lows have been swept as well. You know, so it's market opened, swept. Obviously, all them have been swept instantly, and then it's just like boom, come down and swept all them low resistance lows. Done that on both pairs. So now we're stuck between two high resistance high. There's a high resistance high and a high resistance low. So, you know, it's a bit difficult. And you know, they're not really the best. Like, that's only a 5-minute imbalance it's tapped into, but and that's where it swept all that, so we can realistically delete that. And I think the same for that. Get rid of that now. So it's a nightmare. Basically, a lot of waiting today to see how he goes realistically. Right, I'm going to pause it and just crack on waiting. Logically speaking, that is a good setup for a trade. We swept the highs on both pairs, and we've inversed it on NQ. If we can inverse it on ES, then even better. And then we're going to target the lows down there. I would classify that as an ideal setup, I think, anyway. It's this last one we just need to inverse quickly. So we've inversed that, we just want to inverse that. About being patient, you know. It's a 2-minute imbalance there, see. Last thing we'd want to do is enter early into a trade. And then off that as well, we've got, you know, filled that 5-minute imbalance. It's a great setup as long as we can inverse that. Realistically, I'd want to inverse the 2-minute and inverse the 1-minute. Inverse all of that would be lovely. We haven't inversed it yet. Inverse the 2... No, we didn't inverse the 2-minute. See, and that's why it's about being patient. Retraced back into the 1-minute. We've got plenty of lows to go for. We're clearly going for the high resistance. Right, I'm entering off that.
Order filled.
I think that's a great setup. I wouldn't be mad if this hits stop loss. You know, at the end of the day, you've got to take some losses, as always. We're going to just target the recent lows. Just going to target them. Should be a pretty easy, should be a guaranteed win, I would say. You know, being was a bit not the best risk, not gonna lie. The risk logically should be 1400, which would be around a 1-to-1, and that's well, the best stop loss would be at the top, which would be almost 3k, which we're obviously not going to be doing that. He has to swap the lows, just waiting for NQ to do the same now. Maybe we can, you know, trail it a bit longer, actually. We need to pass the evals. We don't want to be scared little bitches. If it goes to 825 there, then that's just under 3k, which would be ideal realistically. And, you know, NQ should hit. We can put the stop loss now at 350. If we put the stop loss right there, we shouldn't really see it come back up above that, I would like to think. We shouldn't need reason to stop back out. But also it could. Maybe I should really trail the stop loss further up to the original 1000 we had, making a
Order filled.
I stopped out for break even. That is really annoying, not gonna lie. It's a bit of a nightmare because on ES we hit them lows, but on NQ we didn't, which is exactly what we would have wanted to do, logically speaking. And looking back at it now, there's not much else we can really retrace into. For another ideal setup, you know, maybe if we could inverse that. That's the first trade anyway, break even, which is fine. I'd rather break even than, you know, 1000, to be fair. That's trade one anyway. I'm gonna delete that now. It hit break even. We've minus $27. Five minute got filled. got 1 minute now. The reason I wouldn't enter for a trade off just an inverse off that is because we haven't retraced into anything. We've just, you know, come back up. I would want to see at least a retrace into this. But at this point now, I've taken the one trade that hasn't played out. You know, is lock-in or considering the possibility of not trading for the rest of the day. I'm gonna pause it again and just wait, alright? Yo, fucking holy blue. Let's wait for it to focus. Come on, bruh, focus. Yay! That wouldn't have been a terrible trade. Entering for a long right now, possibly. Entering for a long, you know, we swept all them lows. Finally inversed this. We inversed it a lot quicker on NQ, and then we respected this 1 minute imbalance. The only reason I haven't taken this trade is because I'm looking for shorts. I'm not looking for longs. You know, you scale up time frames. 30-minute, look at the imbalance being made. 15-minute, we got a major 15-minute imbalance up there. It's just reasons to not enter for a trade, innit? That's why I would be looking for shorts over that. But yeah, no, just letting her know. I suppose you could have taken that trade, but I'm not sure if it would have been a sort of a pattern trade. Like, not understanding that, like, not only this is sort of high resistance, but that is as well. So, and we've got these, like, you know, that's at this point that's so close, and it's gonna be liquidity there now where people would have entered for buys here. So in this move now, we swept all the shorters, and there's gonna be buyers that have entered. So we're waiting for confirmation now for the reason to enter short. And look at that, wow, it just, the market isn't, you know, random. Need to see this shit. I mean, look at that, 3-minute imbalance after we tap back into the 1 minute imbalance. Minute 30. We're gonna have to wait a minute and 30 to wait for confirmation to enter for a short there. And then obviously we'd be targeting this low, and then obviously targeting the same low on ES, but these lows down here, which is what we're going for the day. We've got so many internal low resistance liquidities when we get past to this that, you know, boom, 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 boom. You know, maybe it's a bit longer from there to there, but other than that, bro, it's looking good for potential shorts. Pardon me. Wonder we're missing it up. Wonder we're missing it in. Oh shit, no. And not only that, we swept these highs as well. Honestly, inverse as well. I think that's a good trade. I'm
Order
trading
filled.
micros this time because last time the minis was way too much of a risk that I was willing to do realistically. So I can risk on this trade 736. And, you know, we're going for the longer run this time. For it to go all the way down there is probably low chance. Maybe over hours, but... So as the inverse to 3 minute. Tap back into that. I think it's looking pretty decent. Full TP is, well, is at this. But we don't want to be going for... I think that's a bit over... How much is that? 150 points, is it? I mean, well, I suppose we could see how it plays out. It might just, you know, go up and hit stop loss now, but I think that was a pretty good trade. I'm not mad if we lose. I'm willing to take the risk, you know. So that's what it's about, isn't it? Taking risks. Trading is about taking risks. I ain't mad if I lose. I think this would be break even. If we get there. I maybe even taking a small partial. But that's if we get it, like I just said. Wonder we're missing it in. Suppose it's just about waiting to see if one we hit stop loss or two we get to the break even point, you know, because the break even point would make it a 1-to-1, which is not what we want. We're obviously aiming for this down here. But, you know, might not get to it. Another idea what I could do is if I put this how much further up. If it goes to, if I put it to 1,000, is almost up the top as well, which is a good place. 5, 3. Which is right here, which honestly could be the better trade. I'd rather risk 1,000 with the chance to make that because it could sweep that and then go further lower at the end of the day. It could do. It's actually great because it's like now I'm not bothered if I lose because I've got good reason to enter, and it's just about executing, with confidence, and then letting the trade play out. You don't know how it's gonna go. I'm honestly happy with that entry, even if it hits stop loss. So that's what it's about, innit? That's the game of trading. And not only that, when we get here as well, is like boom is stopped out by us, or hit break even or stop loss, doesn't matter. So we should just even dump further past them. You know? You know? Do you know what I think that? Obviously, I grew up in the UK, yeah, so I did watch the Sidemen a lot. And I remember Prime Diss Track era, bro. What in 2017, I swear, bro. That was like maybe one of the best years of all time. Because I was like year 7 in primary school. Fortnite just came out, which was like one of the greatest games, for that time. So, OG Fortnite. And it was like prime diss tracks. It was low key such a good era. So, like, that 3 minute that would have been made disrespected. 1 minute just inversed again. Not only that, but we've made another 1 minute after respecting this 1 minute, which is great. Is what it is defense for stop loss, When no one missing it up. When no one missing it in. Yeah. I don't know about that era though. Like that was just Logan Paul as well. Shit, yeah, mental. They've just swept out these highs as well, which is a good thing. And we've got, well, we're not going to include that low, but we've got them two lows. It's like boom hits that, it's going to hit that. And if it's going to hit that, boom, it's going to hit that. And then boom, it's going to hit that. That's how I hope it, That's how I'm praying it goes in my head. Well, I'm not praying for it. I don't really care if it doesn't. It would be nice, though, if it did. Back into losing. Freaking do. It's like fucking gunshots. Pow, 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 pow. It just needs reason to get down there at the end of the day. Maybe I should have hit break even already, but I think that was a good break even point for me to put break even after it's just gone down randomly. It doesn't make sense logically. It needs to be a logical break even, and a logical break even would be the lows. So, yeah. I think it's just now about pausing it. Obviously, I'm going to keep some form of eye on it and just waiting. I'm going to write down my first trade and then, yeah, just about waiting. I'll see you in a bit, I suppose. It hasn't actually been long. It's been minutes at best. It has literally done the complete opposite of what I expected it to do. There's clearly something I've done wrong, but on this has come up and hit this high, and the next high after this is that one, and it's the same for ES. It's come back up into this fair value gap, so I suppose that's the only thing stopping it from me hitting stop loss right now, but the chances are it's gonna hit stop loss looking at there. I mean, I was the liquidity being swept, I suppose. Need to definitely take that back to the drawing board and have a look where I went wrong there. You know, should I have been even looking for a sell? Should I have taken the day off after my first break even? There's lots of factors that come into play. We're gonna see how it goes. I mean, we're praying at this point that it doesn't hit it, but I mean the way it's looking, if it doesn't hit it, I'd be very surprised. But at the end of the day, we knew the risk. That's why we take the trade. We understood that 1,000 is what we're risking, and you can't like be taking too long with the eval. And another thing is that is well, one loss. I don't know how the next few trading days are gonna go. There's nothing to be pissed off about. I'm not angry. Controlling your emotions is very important. So don't let the loss affect you. I'm happy with my trade. This is obviously something that I didn't see, that I'm gonna need to rewatch, have a look over the trade, and you know for next time. You know what I mean? 101 mixing it up. Well, I've said this and it's... Well, am I jinxing it now? Right? No, jinxing don't exist. Do I just keep recording? I'm just writing down in my journal a minute. Fucking hell, what? Holy fucking shit. What the fuck was that? You don't want to be in that trade after that, do you? I have to put that break even. Is that break even? Like, so if you order fill, this hit break even. What
Order
the fuck
filled.
was that? Holy fucking what? Yo, what the fuck just happened? Oh my freaking fucking days. Yo, I got problems with NQ, bro. I was ES sweeping all them, and NQ ain't even fucking hitting that. Nah, NQ, bro. Me and you actually got problems after that one, G. Right, I've got... Oh, bro, that's so annoying, yeah, because... Oh, bro. You can't. I gotta make a TikTok on that shit, bro. Gotta make a TikTok on that shit, bro. minus like fucking $13. Okay, so that's unfortunately, well, it's not unfortunately, I suppose at least I didn't lose. But, well, the only reason I'm like, why they gotta do that to me is because the fact that ES has just fucking swept out all them and NQ hasn't. I've gotta make a TikTok on that instantly because if you think of it logically, that is like fucking what? So the quicker I make a TikTok on that, the more likely I'm gonna get some views. Is that a bad way to think? Yo, so obviously I've hit break even on that. I can't believe you just swept all them lows. Why is it just randomly dropping candles like that, bro? I don't even know. I think 2 good trades today. I got lucky with that break even, not gonna lie. Loki just got saved. But, you know, I need to eat something, bro, on my days. Anyways, I'll stop waffling. See you lot tomorrow.